Come on in, come on in, come on in, y'all. This is your favorite chef, Chef Bunky D and Tanya. How's everybody doing today? Come on in, come on in. How's y'all hump day? How's your hump day? How is your hump day, baby? What's going on, everybody? Charlene Gamble, how you doing? How you doing? Come on in here. Hang out with me for just a little taste. I ain't gonna keep you long, baby. Kimberly Briggs, hey, how you doing? Sif had to pop on here, man. I just got done making me a little fruit salad. Little fruit. Look how good that look right there, y'all. But you know what? I should have just put the oranges on that side right there. Little oranges on that side so they're all around. You see all the oranges on this side. Make it look good and pretty. Good and pretty. This is Chef made him a little fruit salad right there. I got grapes. I got blueberries. I have strawberries. I have black raspberries, watermelon, pineapple, mandarin orange. Just like that there, y'all. Nice fruit salad. Ooh, dropping strawberries off here, man. Let me set my plate down. I'm over here dropping stuff. Ooh. But yeah, that's it right there. That fruit salad right there, y'all. Looking good. All the way around. Strawberries, pineapple, purple grapes, blueberries, mandarin orange, watermelon, pineapple. Do a little thumbnail. How's come on here, let me know how your day going. Hey, Denise Ross, how you doing? Rita Johnson, Sharonda Harris, how you doing? Liz Jones, how was your day? Yeah, I'm watching the game, Pasha. Yeah. Which game you talking about? The Miami and the Pistons, or you talking about the college? Let me know. So I was just watching Miami and the Pistons play, but I turned it to the NIT. Hey, Kathy Prophet, how you doing? Betty Crawford, how you doing? Rosemary Turner. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Let me grab me a fork, y'all. I came over here and sat down. Lullaby. Don't get lullaby. Hey, Mike Lewis. Happy hump day, everyone. Retha Bibb. Try putting you some apricot jam and mix it with your fresh fruit. It's a game changer. Hey, Crystal, I'm going to try that, baby. I'm going to try that. That sounds good. That sounds good. Tara Jones, how you doing? Gloria Williams. Jackie Norman said, hey, Chef and Tanya. The fruit salad looks yummy. My days are good. And how were yours? Mine was good. Mine was really, really good today. I was just working so hard trying to get these seasons out, man. So you'll see everybody's seasons you should pick them up. They should be in your mailbox this week. So everybody getting their seasons this week. Hey, Dennis Pierce, what's going on? Lewis Moore, Alicia Tyler, how you doing? Tanine McCathin, Delitha Harris, how you doing? Shirley Wright, what's going on? But yeah, this is my little fruit salad right here, man, looking good. Every time I try to put it in a little small bowl, man, I end up making an extra big one, y'all. But thank you, Lord Jesus, for this food. Bless anybody with no food in Jesus' name, amen. God is love, God is love, God is love, baby. And I like to take some lemon. This is a game changer, too. Get you some lemon and squirt lemon all over your fruit salad. And give it that flavor, especially on the watermelon. Put it all on the strawberries and the grapes and the pineapple and the oranges. Just like that, y'all. Squirt all that lemon juice on there. Hooks it up. Just like that. Give it a different flavor. So let me get in here and try what it is. I'll try this watermelon. This is what you want right here. It hooks that watermelon up, that lemon.
That looks so good.
Look at them.
Yeah, I want some.
Yeah, this is the bowl. You can have some in. What's up? Have me another fork, and I'll put you some in this bowl. But yeah, this is what's up.
Oh, that look like $40 room service, 5-star hotel.
It look like one you got at Publix, don't it? What's going on, everybody? Denise Scott, Diane Taylor. Hey there. Do you have a gangster fruit salad? This it right here, baby. That gangster. That gangster fruit salad. It is so good, though, y'all.
Come here.
I'm waiting on time to get back here so we can cook. I don't know what we was gonna make. We were supposed to make something. We got so many things on the list to make, but I don't want to say one thing. We cook something else, but I've been fork, bro. You come and get some of this before I start eating it. But yeah, it's so good with that pineapple, man. I mean, with the lemon juice all over it.
Oh,
But
who put this in?
I don't know. Everything sound good though, y'all. Everything sound good. Even some pulled pork sliders sound good. I had a friend of mine call me, man, for a recipe, man, for some pulled pork sliders, and that pulled pork sliders or some beef sliders, beef brisket sliders. Go ahead. And he was having a little problem with he was having problems. Let me ask y'all a question. If you have taxes with your old lady and she owed child support or he owed child support, make sure you know that they pay their arrearage before y'all put y'all do your taxes, file them together. This brother called me saying, Bunk.
That's over fruit.
It's clean. The counter clean.
That's blueberry too. You got everything.
I got everything in there.
One more strawberry.
Get a strawberry. Get them. He filed joint with his old lady, and he didn't know that she owed child support. I guess one of her kids is her ex-boyfriend or husband got the kid, and she supposed to been paying child support. So he didn't know that. And when they got the taxes back and all the money went to her, man, he called me, man. Sound like he had been crying.
That lemon set it off.
Huh?
That lemon set it off.
Don't they hook it up? That lemon hook it up. But he called me, Bunk, man, what should I do? I said, ain't nothing you can do. Because first of all, you should have had checked with your old lady, your girlfriend. They only been together a year. And checked on her, man. Just like she should have checked on you just in case you had some baggage, you know? And so I told him, I said, ain't nothing you can do. He said, man, I can call the IRS, man, and they can separate. I said, ain't nothing you can do now, partner. They done took the money and separated and sent that money to her arrearage. I said, how much money did she owe? She said she owed like $5,000 arrearage. I said, they took all y'all at $3,700 and put it towards that arrearage, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You gotta just suck it up, man, and move on. You know, cross that, get over that bridge. Because you should have checked. I be telling everybody, man, check whoever come to you and say, man, come on, we need to do our taxes together. sometimes it's something up with that because she came to. I said, whose idea was it to come and put your taxes file together? He said, well, she came and said that we would get back more money if we filed together. I said, that was a sucker move. She got you. She got you, brother. Because when she said that, she knew they was going to take her check, but she's trying to get all that stuff paid off hers, off her arrearage. She got you. You went for the okie doke.
Not the okie doke.
Mm-hmm. She should have had filed separate. So they would have took her little $1,500 or whatever she was getting back. Now they took your whole Whopper.
Yeah, put some honey on it. Wouldn't that be good?
That's more calories, Pebbles.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Putting honey, yeah. No honey on it. But they took this whole, they took the whole Whopper, the whole
That
37.
was good.
They took the whole $3,700. Now he over there about sad, man, because he just knew he had stuff to do with his money and pay back people because he had borrowed. He said, man, Bunk, I had borrowed from people, man, and I told them as soon as I get my taxes, I'm gonna pay. I gotta pay my granddad. I gotta pay my auntie. All these people I gotta pay back like $50 here, $100 here, and now I can't do nothing. Now they looking at me like I'm shady. I said, man, well that's how it go when you don't have a paper trail. Make sure, check on that girl, man. Make sure everything right. Do you owe anything? Did you ask her that? He said, I didn't ask her none of that. He said he ain't asked her nothing. He just said, I went off on an expectation that we was going to get more money if we filed together. I said, she got you. Because that's how she planned it. She said, I'll make him pay all that off. And now she don't owe, if they took $3,700 off, she don't owe them more than about $1,300 left on the rearage, you know? And so her stuff is almost cleared. Now she can go on and get rid of you now. She can go and get rid of you now. Get another brother. You know, another slow brother. So that's how I came down to it. And I told him, I said, man, she got you. Ain't nothing you can do. It is something I can do. I said, brother, ain't nothing you can do. I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing you can do. Because simple fact, it's already in the books now. They didn't already sent child support the money. You can't get that money back. Can't get it back. Cannot get it back. And that was kind of bold of her, you know. Hey, Marlene Abraham, Lisa Hunt, Sheila Burger said, happy Wednesday.
Oh, it is. It feels like a Friday, don't it?
It feel like almost like a Friday. But I asked him, I said, what's going on now with y'all? Since she knew this and she got you. Man, I still love the girl, man. I said, love ain't gonna bring you back that money. So what's y'all, how's your relationship now? Oh, she real nice to me. Oh, she gonna be nice to you. I said, is you mad? What's going on with it? He said, man, I don't know what to do, man. And I don't want to tell my folks that I got took like that. I don't want to tell my peoples. And then they be looking at me like, why you didn't check on this girl? You've been with her a year. Hey, Mickey Williams.
Yeah, that was good.
Kim Miller said, yes, it is. Yeah, there is. Ain't nothing he can do about it. Ain't nothing he can do. Because it's already in the books. Like I told him, it's already in the books. She got you. That's why I told another partner of mine. Well, no, this girl that I know I grew up with, she asked me, she said, she got a new boyfriend and he wanted to do taxes with her. I said, don't go for that okie doke. Did you check and make sure that he don't owe no taxes? She said, he ain't got no kids I don't know that I know of. I said, you better check and make sure, because if he owed child support, they taking your whole Whopper. They taking that whole check. And she went and found out this dude had 2 kids. And they would say he was behind in the rearage. And she stopped it right there. And she said, no. Matter of fact, she got rid of that dude. But check with your folks, you know. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. Go with your first instinct. And don't be so gullible to file taxes with somebody. Darren Allen said he can file injured spouse claim, and they will amend the taxes, and he will get part of it back. I'm gonna tell him that. I didn't know you can do that, but I'm gonna tell him that, man. I'm gonna tell him, Victoria Vaughn, hey there, he's gonna ask you for a loan now. That is way of prepping you. No, bro, he ain't asked me for no loan. He can't get no loan from me. He can't get no loan from me for the simple fact he owed too much money out. And like, I would help him out, but he owed too much money out. I never see that movie, so he wouldn't dare ask me. Hey, Marvin Prue. Oh, Kim Miller know that. She said, all right, I'm going to let him know that. Hey, Deborah Brown, how you doing? Thelma Brown, Gail Berry. I had to get rid of mine with 2 kids. I was going to hurt him, though. With singing. You was going to hurt him, Gail. He come with that little flim-flam, want to put your taxes together. You know? That's a dirty trick for anybody to do somebody. There it is, Rachel. That's dirty, but people do that. They do that. Hey, Mary Kennedy. I know that's right. I always file by myself. I know that's right, Patty Ann Williams. You got to be, because when it comes to the taxes, people is so sneaky, and they want to make sure that they cover themselves. Like I said, I know people that sell out their kids. You know, they have like 7 kids, and they sell out 2 or 3 of them. You know, because I think you can only use like 4 of them, and then they got. I mean, this girl that used to do that, she was doing her taxes like that. Selling out to her kids to people, and then she would never get. After that next year, they still was trying to use them kids on them. You know, they kept all the information, so they didn't have to come to her and ask her, "Can I use this kid again this year?" They was already using her anyway, messing her up, and so she sold them to somebody else, and so all that got jammed up because this person used the kid and this person used the kid, and she was messed up. And then now they looking at her, IRS looking at her now, because she done something crazy. But people do sell their kid. I know a girl sell her. She got extra kids like that too. And I think she sell each kid with $500. Each kid she was selling out $500 for the taxes, you know? But when you do that, you got to, it's consequences to all that. It is consequences. But I had to jump on here, man, and let y'all do it. Pamela Jacobs said both of them are in trouble if they filed and we're not married. They both in trouble? I guess so. But like I said, old girl got him, though, because she knew that. You know, when somebody had it in their head and they plotting, ain't nothing you can really do about it, because you already, like I told him, I said, man, you must have been really in love with this girl, man, and let her okey-doke you like that. He said, Bunk, man, I still am in love with her, man. I don't even know what to do. Should I let her go? Should I kick her out the house? I said, man, it's on you. It's what's done is done now. But like I said, I didn't know that you can go back and do amendment. So I'm going to tell him that. As soon as I get off the phone, call him and tell him and say, man, go do your amendment on it. Did you get your needed rest today? Yolanda Shaw, I got good rest, baby. I get good rest. I was so tired yesterday because I stayed up, and then I was up, and I think I got like 3 hours of sleep, and I was back up doing seasons and taking care of, running back and forth to the post office and running errands and stuff, and I was wore out. I was wore out. Matter of fact, I was last night when we did a live, man. I was over here almost about to fall asleep, but I got good rest today. But it all comes down to you got to know somebody, man. You know, you got to know that person really, really good. And if you good with that person ain't gonna do you dirty like that. They gonna tell you that they owe this, and they ain't gonna try to do no taxes, file taxes, because they know they're gonna take all your money. Like I told him, I said, I told the one girl, I said, the guy didn't know that you got all these kids, and he gonna do that, make you file with him, and they take all your money, and you got stuff to do for your kids. He said, he didn't care. He didn't care. I said, them jokers don't be caring. What they doing is trying to get rid of that arrearage on their child support. That's what that is. They ain't caring about you or your kids. They just making sure that when they take that money out their check, take that income tax check, that covers all to be covering some of their arrearage. And they don't care. They don't care who they harm and who they hurt. Knowing that you got stuff to do with your tax money and get your kids clothes and do this and get new tires on your truck and, get your brakes fixed. They don't care about that. All they care about is getting that arrearage off of them for that child support, so they don't be going to jail. That's what that is. So always check with somebody. Make sure, do a background. Make sure that they don't owe arrearage, because they will snatch all your income tax money. But we gonna get out of here, man. He would plus tell Miss Tanya, call me. Please talk about something important, please. Hey, Melinda, how you doing? How you doing today? Doriella, make sure to let him know when his tax is filed. I sure will. Dorian, I sure will. I'm going to let him know. As soon as I get off, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him and say, man, you better go do this today. But he just found out Friday. He found out Friday that they took he went and called and snatched his taxes. So maybe he can do something today, Wednesday? Maybe he can do something by tomorrow. So I'm going to call him and tell him, let him know. But yeah, so that's it. That is it. Oh, one more. I had another person call me and ask me, should your wife? He said, man, don't you know, man? He got his taxes back. They got the taxes back, and the wife already had the money spent. He said, man, don't you know? I was so mad. She had went and spent the whole tax money, man. When I didn't even know the tax had hit the bank, man. I didn't know my tax money hit. She had got the tax money about 2 weeks ago, and already had spent it up. And he man, this man is hot. He said, Bunk, man, she went and spent the money out the account, man, and spent it already. Didn't ask me nothing. I said, why would she do that? He said, man, she wanted to talk about it was a surprise. She's taking me to Vegas and doing some other stuff, bought furniture and all. She bought new furniture. He said, man, the furniture ain't no but 2 years old, and she bought new furniture, bought for the living room and bought new furniture for the basement and bought a pool table. He said, man, I was so mad. I had stuff to do with that money, and she went and played me like that, man. He said, I don't know what to do, man. I don't even want to look at it, man. I said, for real? He said, it's like that? He said, yeah, man, it's like that. I said, it ain't like divorce. He said, it's almost. He said, it's almost like divorce. Because that's sneaky. Go behind my back and take the money out the account and didn't say nothing. Because I was wondering where she getting all this money from. You know? She told me don't worry about it. She said, I got it. Laid the house out. New furniture. Upstairs, dinette table. When he got furniture for the basement. I said, where the old furniture at? She said she gave her all that new furniture to her kids. Her son's apartment and her cousin came and got some and laid out her son's apartment. I said, I said, it was 2 years old. He said, man, wasn't nothing wrong with the furniture. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. They said, so y'all arguing every day, ain't y'all? I said, y'all arguing every day, ain't y'all? He said, just about. He said, man, I spent a lot of time at the bar, man. I said, man, don't go like that. Don't go out like that. Don't go out don't go out like Bozo, man. Over there getting drunk and stuff. I said, just you got to simply sit down and talk, man. Talk about it. Because if you over this, you know, you drinking every day at the bar, and then you come home and you're mad and you look at it, it's gonna cause more problems. And so sit down and talk. Leave that bar alone. Because that bar might make you get drunk and want to go upside the head or something. Don't do that. So, well, at least she bought stuff that she can hide. She couldn't hide. Was it Key's hamburger? She got him though, because the man, he said, Bunk, man, he said we was going. I was setting up something, man, for us to have a what you call it, he was setting up something. I forgot what he said. He was setting up something for long term with the money. Something he was doing. And they was gonna profit off of it. And he said, man, she messed all that up. And he said, I'm so he really messed up, man. He really hurt. He really hurt. You know. I said, I know you ain't trying to file for no divorce. He said, man, I'm about close to it, man, because simple fact, you don't go behind nobody's back. That's you know, we always talk stuff out. You never do that. So he want me to give her a call and talk to her and see what her, you know, why she do that. So I'm gonna call her tomorrow and see, you know, if everything good and can they come to terms and they work it out from here. But what's that, Pasha? St. Mary's be playing, don't they? Hey, St. Mary's turn up every year, man. They be having good players. Don't count St. Mary's out. They play. Your ticket looking good? Make him, Gail Berry said, make him turn a flip. Rachel said, I'd make her take all that back. That's what he was thinking too. He said, if I make her take it back, we ain't gonna have no furniture because she already gave the furniture away to her son and cousin. So he said, I said, that was my first thing. I said, make her take all that back, to take it back. Return it. Return it. Victor Harris said, don't call another man, woman like that. I'm calling her because he want me to call her. I'm the love chef. I works out situations. Just call me the counselor. That's what I do. That was my old job, a counselor. Hey, Sharon Ford. You calling her will make it worse in the written. No, it ain't. Because we are friends. We are friends. And so me being the mediator will help everything out, you know? So I got to call her and see what, you know, what's going on, you know, if I can help out. What should she do? Alabama State University played good on that hardwood floor. Oh, Donna, they did play good. I watched that game. That was a good game. It was. Was he working because he should have seen it going out? Yeah. He worked. Yeah, he was working. Sometime it's his job. I mean, this cat make a lot of money, and so a lot of times his job take him out to Washington, and Maryland area like that, and a lot of times he gone for like 4 or 5 days or something like that, or 3 or 4 days, or a weekend, something like that. So he's gone maybe 8 to 10 days out of the month. So that's where all that happened, And so he was just like, man, I'm gone a lot of the times, man, so I don't get to see a lot of stuff that's going on unless I see it on my phone, because he got cameras in the house like I got in my house that you can see everything, what's going on. And so he said, a lot of times I don't even check the cameras on my phone and see, anything, except I see the ring sometimes because it'll pop up. But in the house, I don't even turn my cameras on. I don't look on my phone and see what's going on in the house. I just, I'd be so busy. I just don't just put it on there. They should have discussed the money before it came. That's right. You should have, Isaac. But, yeah. Like I do, like I see everything, man. I always check my phone and see what's going on in my house all the time. Especially when I have people over here, that's out of town. I turn my cameras on and see what's going on, in the house. So she had plenty of time to get rid of all the other furniture. Yes, she did. She had plenty of time. She said, "Don't worry." He should have worried. He slept on that one without them trying to go their separate ways, because he really upset. He upset, man. He upset. And then what make it so bad about the situation, he told his mama. The mama, and the mama's sometiming, because his mama she liked the girl, but then she don't think everything, she good enough for her son. And so when he told her that, the mama went straight off. The mama wanted to go over there and call her. He had to stop her because the mama wanted to come over there. Because the mama already thinks she a gold digger anyway. But anyway, the mama already thinks she a gold digger. But that was the worst thing. I told him, I said, dude, that was the worst thing you do, to tell your mom about this. You never involve your mom in all this stuff like this. He said, man, I was so tired. I was so sick and hurt. And my mama asked, what's wrong with you? I went over there. She had made some, he said she made some oxtails or something. My mama made some good oxtails. I went over there and I was just, I went myself. He said, what's wrong with you? And it just came out. He said, Bunk, it just came out. I said, you ain't never supposed to tell your mama nothing about going on with your wife. I know this other cat, all he used to do is tell his mama about his relationship with his mama. About his wife, him and his wife. I said, you quit telling your mama. That's why your mama don't like your wife. That's why your mama do not like your wife, because you tell her everything about what's going on in your relationship. And now that's why it is. Now, and then what make it so bad with that cat, he would tell his mama everything his wife would say about his mama. I said, what kind of bird brain mess is that? Why would you go and tell your mama what your wife said about her so y'all can keep her mad with your wife? You want them to kind of be cool. And he was like, man, I don't know, man. I just be in my mind real tight. I'm like, you a sucker. I'm saying, you don't tell your wife, tell your mom nothing your wife said about her. Even if she said something bad, you're supposed to keep it to yourself. You don't go tell your mom and heat up the situation. Yeah. Heat up the situation. I said, man, I said, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got on 2 left feet, man. Your shoes on 2 left. You got on 2 left shoes. Because ain't nowhere in the world you supposed to tell your mama nothing about what your wife said about her. That's crazy. I said, that's not his mom's place to confront her. That's right, Francis. But you know how the mamas is. Them mamas ain't no joke. Them mamas, that's why I didn't like her anyway. She was a gold digger. That's right. You out there and out of town and working and making good money, and she up messing it all up. That's why I don't like the heifer. She act like she wear the pants. She probably said she's going to get something. Is he a man or he a mouse? No, the brother cool, man. He's straight. But what he did, he kind of give her a little control, you know, to buy stuff and do stuff. But don't go mess up the money, you know, like I said. And then don't tell him. At least she could have broke bread with him and told him, said, well, I'm going to go do this and go get it. But he would have automatic said no, and she knew it. Hey, Sandra Rich. Yeah. He said, Bunk, man, and she'd have told me to get some furniture or act like she want to get furniture. I'd have said, hell no, because simple fact, the furniture we just got is only 2 years old. He said, that furniture look good. He said, ain't nothing wrong with it. And I didn't need no pool table. He said, I ain't need no pool table. She went and got a pool table to smooth me out. That's what it was. Like, she got something for me. But she really got it just to keep me cool. But I ain't thinking about no pool table, you know? That's what he told me, so. But like I said, he was wrong when he told his mammy. You don't tell your mammy nothing like that about you to keep her mad. She already watching your wife and all that, and she's like iffy, 50-50 with your wife. Now you done told her she went and took the money out the account and bought furniture that she didn't need. Oh, your mama just skyrocket high. Let me get over there and talk to the heifer. But like I said, man, he just brought more fire to the problem. But telling his mama that. I said, you don't tell your mama that, man. You know better than that. Bunk, man, she just asked me and it just came out. I said, it don't just come out because your mama just don't too much like her. Anyway, you know? That is going to be a war over there. So my thing is to call her, talk to her. Then he want me to call the mama. He want me to call Gladys. That's his mama named Gladys. He want me to call Gladys and calm her down and talk to her and get her on a good foot. But you ain't no calming Gladys down. Gladys, how old is Gladys? Gladys is about 81 years old and she feisty. And she ain't finna back down for nobody. You know, and so he want me to calm her down. I said, man, ain't no calming that woman. Ain't no way in the world you supposed to told your mama nothing about you and your wife. None of that's going on at your house. So I'm gonna get him, call him tomorrow. Call her. I'm gonna call his wife first. Then I'm gonna call Gladys and see if I can get him out to lunch. Take him out to lunch together. See if I can't get them on a good foot. Because the mama already want him to divorce her now. Stuck in her ways and her son. Yep. That's how she is. She's stuck in her ways. Never tell your mama about nothing about in your marriage. You need to calm Gladys down. Now, Gladys ain't gonna be calmed down till she say her little piece. She got to get that off her chest. I know Gladys from years. She ain't calming down till she get it off her chest. Once she got it off her chest and said something to her, like she told her off, then she might calm down a little bit. But you ain't calming old Gladys down. She feisty. But anyway, if you got a problem and you need a little help, call the Love Chef. I got you. Call me. If you got a problem that you can't handle, we will work it out. Chef will work it out for you. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll be back on in a minute, cooking. And Said Nikki Gates said Davis Griffin, he giving his opinion. He is out of it last time. Hey, Jackie Hedges, Silver Paisley, Cynthia Hunter, Cindy Hunter, how you doing? Bridget Stokes, laughing out loud. But we're going to get out of here, y'all. And tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to let y'all know how it pan out. Because he asked me to ask y'all, man, what he should do. So I'm asking y'all. Y'all telling me he was a clown for telling his mama he knew better than that. I told him, I said, you knew better than that. The lady don't too much. She just now started liking your wife. She just now. And y'all been together 5 years. I'm like, she just now liking your wife. It's cheaper to keep her. That's right there, Danielle Hall. It's cheaper to keep her. I say that all the time. I tell the brothers all the time, talking about getting divorced and all that. But what I should do, man, get divorced. I said, it's cheaper to keep her. You're going to lose out more money trying to divorce her than work it out. You know? Work it out. You know? And a lot of times, it'd be the dude's fault. He didn't went and laid up with somebody and got caught. And then trying to work it back out with her and spending a lot of money trying to buy her this and buy her things like this. But once you done messed up and cheated, and you know you done laid up with another female or laid up with another guy, a girl that laid up with another guy, you can't really come back from that. I tell them all the time, you can't come back from that because they're gonna bring it up every time. They're gonna bring it up. My boy Marvin, for instance, he messed around on his wife, and she ended up catching him, you know, seeing some kind of hotel slip or something. That she got in his car, in his pants, and this and that. And she, you know, she wasn't investigating on him. She started watching him and going out and followed him, and found out he was going to a hotel every Thursday night. Talking about he was going hanging out and with the guys playing pool or cards or something. And she followed. He was at a hotel, and she took him back. You know, they worked it out. She took him back, but she always brought it up. He said, "Bunk, man, she bring this up every time." You know, she found out the girl name was Stacy or Stacia or whatever her name was. And every time they do something, oh, that must be like you don't like what I do. You must like what Stacy do. Every time. He said, man, it's every time she bring up something. They go somewhere. Oh, you don't like it. I bet Stacia like this. You don't like it. I bet she like that. It's a mess all the time. He said, Bunk, man, I never should have messed up because I can't go back. Where you been? You were supposed to be back here 2 hours ago. He said, I was at work. No, you probably was over there with Stacy. You know, he hear it all day long. He's every day, you know. And then he got to a point like, we ain't talking about this. I thought we got over this and we was getting back together. We ain't gonna hear this. She said, okay, it might be a couple of weeks go by. She don't say nothing about Stacy. Next thing you know, just she bringing it back up. I said, man, you gonna hear that for the rest of your life with her because it's in the back of their head. Wherever you at, you messing around, you messing up, you with somebody else. You know, when you got caught like that, that's what it is. You ain't gonna never get the end of it. You know, woo! I can't get it. I bet you would have got it for Stacy. You know, every little thing he said bring up, man. Bunk, man, she bring up, but the girl name every day. I can't. And one day that she don't bring it up. You know, it might be a weekend. We might have dinner or something and cool out. And then she gets a little drink in and start thinking about it, talking about it. I said, you never get over it. Yes, it's hard to regain the trust back if it's always going to be in the back of your head. Yeah, Danielle, it's going to always be there. And I told him that. I said, when you messed up and mess around on your old lady, that calls for her not to have trust in you. You lost that trust with her. Wherever you go, where you going? I'm just running up here to the quick trip to the store. I'm going with you. Stacy might be there. He hit all the time. I told him, I said, you ain't gonna never get that.
We are back.
We back. We are back. My phone had went out, y'all. It had went out for a minute. Charger went out. But yeah. Hey, Bernell Ross. My phone had went out for a second, y'all. Charger went out. Hey, Angela Witherspoon, how you doing? Martha Rose. But yeah, that's what happened with my man. So, you're never gonna win with that, and you got to bow down. If your wife say this and that, you got to do whatever she. Like I told him, I said whatever she want, you got to give it to her. Whatever she want to do, you got to give it to her because all that came down on you. When you took your behind out there and cheated, laid up with this this girl, and know you had a nice, beautiful wife right there, you ain't had no business doing it. I said, what made? I said, what made you go out there and lay up with that girl? He said, my bunk, man, it was just, you know how we grew up, man. You know how we was, man, always with the women and stuff. I said, dude, you grow out of that though. Once you get married, you lose your player card. I said, them days is over, man. When we was out there hustling women and doing that, you can't do that. I said, but he said, man, this is what it was. It's always in the back of my head. Can I still pull somebody? Can I do? Sorry about that, y'all. My cord come out of there again. I'm trying to charge my phone. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, he said, man, I'm trying to see if she just wanted him to be miserable. What's that, Nizzy Nelson? Hey, Janice Jenkins. But yeah, that's what happened. You know, he said, man, I want to see if I still got it. You know how we used to run around bunk, man, hustling women and doing this. I said, dude, that's over with. Once you get married, you got to give all that up, you know, because you pick the one that you want to be with. So all them other females and all that, man, you got to let go. You know, get your player card up. And so he's like, yeah, bunk, man, but, you know, deep down in my head, I wanted to see if I still had it. And so I seen this female, I was at the bar, man, and she was fine, and she came on to me, and I'm like, man, she bad, though, you know. I said, you didn't think about looking at, in the back of your head, say, what your wife was going to do, man? You know? He's like, I ain't think about that, man. I had too much to drink, so it was cause she was fine and she's coming on to me, and everything just happened right quick. I said, ain't nothing just happened real quick because simple fact, you married now, so you knew boundaries. I said, cause it's boundaries, man. When you married, it's boundaries. You know, I don't care how fine and big booty no girl is. It's boundaries. Like I told him, I said, it's boundaries. You don't just jump into nothing because you got a little alcohol, and you can't blame it on alcohol because simple fact, you deep back in your head, you've been married what? You've been married 10 years. And so you knew what time it was. You know, you going back to old school when we used to be clubbing and stuff and thought that you can pull this young girl. I said, how old was the girl? I'm like, he said, man, she was in her late 40s. Like she was like 47, 48. I said, man, you 57, 58 years old. You knew better. And he said, Bunk, I know, man. I don't. I just in my head, I thought maybe I still had it where I can pull, you know, I can talk to somebody like, you know, they like I had it back in the day. Like we used to go, man, and be pulling women. I said, dude, that ain't like that no more. You married and you knew you were 10 years in the game now. You was 10 years in the game. You knew better than I mean, I can see you, you know, flirting with somebody and having fun like that. You know, you flirting with them and talking and all that. But you pulled her and you knew what you was doing. That's right. You knew when you went to that hotel room it was wrong. I said, dude, when you opened that door, when you walked up to that room, you could have all automatic turned around and said, no, this ain't right. And you would have been straight. But you took it to the next level and went on in there and laid up with that girl. And now your wife done found out you slipping over there on Thursday nights to that same hotel. When she found that in your pocket and went there and checked it out. You know, I said, you know she's an investigator now. You know she bad. She investigated and everything. She's a lawyer, so you know she went and investigated. Found your butt out. And he said, man, I knew better, Bunk, man. I know deep down in my head after I got done, after we had our little fling, I said, how long did it last? He said, man, it lasted about 4 months. I said, that's a long time to be messing around on your old lady like that. And she didn't find out. You ain't think she was going to find out? He said, deep down in my head, I knew she was going to find out. But it was so good. I was having so much fun. It didn't matter no more. It didn't matter. He said, whatever happened, I put it in my head. Whatever happened is going to happen. And I don't care no more because this is a good thing. I'm just having my fun. If she find out, she find out. I don't want her to find out, but if she found out, she going to find out. And so she found out, man, and woo, yeah. They in divorce court now. And he messed around on his wife. She real fine. She's a lawyer, got a head on her head. And she know what she doing. And you know, what make it so bad, it involves the 2 kids. They got 2 kids, boy and a girl. And it just messed them up, you know, because they crazy about their daddy, the kids are. And so, like I said, man, I said, you messed everything up, you know. Like, see, if y'all didn't have no kids, y'all go y'all separate ways, but y'all involving the kids, you know, and that make it real bad. But but that's also what kind of shit is that? She can divorce him and take everything from him. God grants her that right. She gonna take him everything. She gonna get him for a lot of stuff, you know. She gonna get him, you know. But she make a lot of money. He make a lot of money. But like I said, it ain't about the money. It's about the principle, you know. It's about the principle. It's about the kids, about his wife. You know, like I told him, I said, man, you messed your whole family up by going out laying up with this girl. And you threw it all away for a chicken head. You threw all your wife, all y'all, everything y'all put together. Beautiful house, nice cars, beautiful kids. You threw all that away to be messed with this chicken head. And now you don't know what to do now. You don't know what to do. Yeah, she still love him, but love ain't got nothing to do with it now. He gave his love to somebody else. And they had a beautiful thing because he's in real estate and she's a lawyer. And so they was making good money, and they had a foundation where they was doing, you know, it's sad. It is really sad because we all was in a project together to build this. We had some land to build this stuff on, man. And he's still a partner in the situation, but it's like we was doing it as couples, and that it kind of messed it through. It don't look right now because it's five couples that was doing this project, and he was with us, and now that it don't look good, you know. Like I told him, I said, man, it don't look good, man, you know. And she want to vote him out of it, you know. She want everybody to buy his little shares up, But like I said, man, when you go out and go outside your marriage, you lose trust with that person, your wife, your husband, whichever one it is. You lose trust, and you ain't never getting that trust back. You can't never get it back. I know a man like that now. He want to look at a woman, and he won't look at a woman. For real. You lose that trust. Like I told him, I said, Bunk. He said, man, you think we can get back? I said, once you did that to her, man, she's strong. She's a strong black woman, and she's not going back for that. She said, no. She put all her heart. She told me, she said, Bunk, I put my heart and soul into the marriage. You know how we go out together and all that, when this and that, as couples and all that. She said, I lost trust in him. You know, she said she still loved it, man, but still the trust is gone, and it's bad. You know, like I told him, I said, man, you kind of hurt her. You hurt her to the core. You know, when she talk about it, you know, when a woman talk to somebody else, man, about it, and she break tears, you hurt that woman to the core. I told her, I said, man, I said, you hurt her to the core. You think we can get back together, man? And I said, what's going on with you and the other girl? He said, man, I left her alone, man, you know, but I still got feelings for that girl, but I left her alone, but I still want to see her. I said, boy, you crazy. I said, you is crazy. I said, you still want to see that girl? He said, man, she just took me somewhere different than my wife did. She took me somewhere different, you know? And I said, your wife is she's our age. And you went for this girl, she's what? She was 8, 9 years younger. And she's the girl that he messed around with, she real nice. But his wife is the ideal package. Like I told him, that's the package you want. Because she got her head on, good job. Fine as wine. And real smart, you know, just real smart, man. Like I said, she's real smart at head level. And she's down to earth people. And I said, I can't believe, I never would have seen him messing around on her. You never would have, if you was with us in our little group, our little circle, you would have never thought he would mess around on her. And I told him, I said, what made you? He said, Bunk, man, it's just the feeling, man. This young girl made me feel a whole much different than what my wife feel. So I said, that made you go and lay up with her? Didn't you have a thought when you went to that hotel room? You didn't think about in the back of your head how this can destroy your whole marriage, your whole everything? I said, oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. He said, man, it was just excitement. Isabel Jackson said, I hope they can get back together. I don't know about that, man. His wife is so headstrong. I don't see that coming. I don't see that coming because she like, once you messed up on me, you never do it again. That's her kind of motto. You mess up on me once, you ain't got to do nothing but trick me once, do something to me once, and I'm done with you. That's the kind of motto she got, you know. And I think I don't think they get back together. I can't see it. The only way I see them getting back together is for the kids, you know, them kids, because them kids love their dad. And that's the only way I can see it, you know. Like I told him, but I don't see it because the way she talked, like she moved on. That's it. She moved on. Hey, Gloria Cherry, how you doing? But he found out he got a child. No, he was using protection. I said, is the girl pregnant, man? He said, no. Bunk, man, I used protection on the girl. Made sure I made that because I didn't want no baby coming up. And he said he used protection, so I was thinking that too. I thought he might have her pregnant, you know, and that's why he, you know, doing his thing. But she's not pregnant, so And ain't none of that. Ain't nothing. He said, man, I done did everything in the world, man, to try to get my wife back, and then she ain't going for it. She ain't going for it. And like I said, on the other side, the girl, his wife told his mama, and the mama can't stand him now. When she tell your mama, you know, when she crying to her mama like that, you know, the mama can't stand you now. That dirty dog. Why would he go and do that to you? That dirty dog. I knew I couldn't. I knew something about him I didn't like. You know, the girl's mama, she really in for it. She like, I can't stand him. Why would he do that to you? Yeah, you know, the mama can't stand him now. So when he go pick the kids up over to the mama house, you know she giving him back looks and looking at him bad. You stay out here. She don't let him come in the house no more. He said, Mom, she make me stand outside. She make me stand outside when I go to pick the kids up over there. I said, I know how she is. I know how she is. The mama don't play. She like, you stay your butt right out there. You ain't coming in my house. You did my daughter like that. He hasn't begged harder. He didn't. Let me tell you something. This man done begged up. He begged and begged. He done bought new cars he bought her a new car, bought her rings, all that. She don't care. She done. And she got that attitude, you know, that you mess around with somebody else. In our 10 years of marriage, I don't want you no more. I do not want you no more. I talked to her, and she said, it ain't the same no more. It ain't the same. She said, it's not the same. And really, I don't like seeing him no more. Plus, I want us everybody to buy him out of the little program we're doing. Buy him out of there so he ain't got to show up to the meetings. And so I said, well, I know y'all going through it. It's still my boy. We still cool now. So I can't go against, you know, because he go like, Bunk, man, you went against me in the shares, man. I said, I didn't go against you. But it's like I'm the only one holding out to tell you to turn, you know, turn your shares in, you know. But I don't know. I just don't know, man. She done with him. She done. When I tell you a woman is done, she done. Hey, Red Bones Kitchen. Yeah, she done with him. And anybody can talk for somebody, but you're not that person, you know. So when he had me talking and trying to counsel and talk with her, she said, Bunk, I know what you do, and we can sit down here and talk till we blue. I don't want him no more. I'm done with him. He did me wrong, and he'll never do me wrong again, and that's it. And you can talk till you red. I do not want him no more, and tell him to stop sending me gifts and flowers and stuff like that to my job. I said, okay, I understand that. Not my business. You singing way too much. You singing way too much. Period. What'd you say, dog? Period. She don't want him no more. And I told him, I said, man, you give it some time. You know me, I'm the middleman. I said, give it some time. Let her cool out for a little bit. You know, let her, you know, just got to settle down. You know, give her a little time. Maybe that might help. You know, with the kids begging the mom to let him move back in. But she said, she moved on. And I understand, you know, when a woman's fed up, that's right. Hey, when a woman's fed up, that's how it be. That's how it is. And that's how, I told him, I said, you listen to the R. Kelly song? When a woman's fed up, she done. She don't want him no more. So that's how it come down to. And I told him, I said, maybe in the future, maybe y'all can be friends or get back cool. But right now, you better just let her, you know, let her be, you know. Ooh.
Hey, boo-boo.
There go my little moo-moo. There my little moo-moo.
Shut up. Okay, I got a surprise for you.
There my little moo-moo.
I got a surprise for you. You lost the room.
Huh? Yeah.
We'll be back, y'all. I got a surprise.
What surprise you got? A woman's heart is.
Surprise?
That's right, Coretta. A woman's heart is like a vault. Once you in. Yeah, that's right. That's how it is. Once you in, you in. Once you out, you out. She will move on and get her a taste of something else. That's right. He should have messed around on her, you know?
Yeah, hot wings.
He should have messed around her.
Smell like hot wings.
Oh, he had the buffalo wings, buffalo things.
Oh, you know I can smell hot wings all the way.
But Mo good here, and we have to get off here. And
I got a surprise from y'all.
She got a little
I'll
surprise.
show y'all.
we'll show them on live. Then
Wait.
don't y'all want to see the surprise? Hey, Lisa McCaslin Sanders,
Right there.
Dolores Claybrooks. Huh? Okay. We'll be back, y'all. One up.
Buffalo.